Now that we've gone into more depth about what metabolism is and why it's so important, we should talk about how does your metabolism influence your health. So, as you could see, metabolism is the middleman in the tug of war between stress and rejuvenation. That's why chronic health issues occur when this tug of war isn't balanced. So there's a big imbalance between consumption and uh, and rejuvenation. Okay, so a lowered metabolism means a compromised immune system because metabolism regulates the immune system as well. So if you don't have a healthy metabolism, your immune system won't be able to ward off the potentially harmful bacteria or viruses that enter your body. That's how you develop a lot of colds. That's how you develop various infections. There are some theories that suggest that cancer actually might be a bacterial or viral infection. I'm not quite sure what to think about it, but suffice to say that when you have a lowered ability to ward off infections, so a compromised immune system, you basically open the gate to all health issues, generally speaking, especially chronic health issues. Because imagine this, over a long period of time, your immune system isn't capable of coping with the necessary requirements of day-to-day stressors, okay, stress factors. So it's just a matter of time before something cracks up. Actually, if you want to go more in depth about this, I won't go right now, but I'll just tell you this to um, give you an idea to think about. Our bodies develop health issues because it cannot cope with the toxic load that it faces day on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so that's why it creates diseases so that it can put those toxins into those malfunctions, into those sick tissues, to isolate the problem. Okay, because otherwise you would die. You would just die because of such a high quantity of toxins, because of, again, of processed foods, lack of exercise, or over exercising, because of lack of sleep, because of high levels of stress, and so on. So that's why a lowered metabolism opens the gate to all chronic health issues. Now, more specifically to type 2 diabetes, lowered metabolism means that your body has a limited capacity to regulate blood sugar. So let's say that let's say you were surely born with a normal blood sugar regulation, okay? Over the years, you just accumulated stress factors without the proper rejuvenation. You accumulated over dozens of years. And eventually, although you were eating the same foods as you did maybe 20 or 30 years ago, and back then it wasn't a problem, right now your body is so stressed out, it's so burned out, that it cannot properly manage the blood sugar swings that occur as a consequence of eating the same foods that you enjoyed without any problem many until recently, for many years. Okay, so this is what is called insulin resistance, because although insulin is produced in the same quantity as it was before, the problem with type 2 diabetes is that the cells aren't as receptive to insulin's effects on them, because insulin regulates blood sugar by telling the cells, okay, look, food has come into the stomach, we'll probably have a surge in blood sugar. Now is the time to take up the sugar from the blood, and you can get the energy that you need. Okay, so it's a win-win situation. The cells take up the sugar from the blood so that they have energy for their own processes. What meanwhile the blood sugar isn't as high as it could, right? So the blood sugar is regulated that way. So the blood sugar remains healthy, cells get what they want, that's energy, everyone's happy, right? So insulin mediates this. However, insulin resistance, which is a consequence again of a lower metabolism, means that the cells, so basically the cell's metabolism, which means the overall metabolism, isn't as responsive as usually. And that's why cells will not take up the sugar from the blood, and that's how problems start occurring. That's why the pancreas produces more and more insulin, because obviously the previously quantity of insulin isn't enough anymore to lower the blood sugar. In spite of this heightened production, the cells are less and less responsive to insulin, and that's how type 2 diabetes occurs. Okay, so insulin resistance is the mechanism for type 2 diabetes development. Okay, so the big overview looks like this. Unhealthy lifestyle factors performed over a long period of time. I'm talking about dozens of years here. And when I say unhealthy lifestyle factors, I mean a faulty nutrition, lack of exercise or over-exercising, faulty sleep, not properly managing stress factors, and so on. Okay? All of this over a long period leads to lowered metabolism. So a lowered metabolism leads to even more improper rejuvenation and constantly overstressing the state of your body. So with a lower metabolism, you should need even more rejuvenating factors to fix the situation, but it doesn't happen, right? So that's why a lowered metabolism will lead to insulin resistance, more specifically when it comes to diabetes. Or it can lead to other chronic health issues that appear as a consequence. So I hope that you now understood the bigger picture of how metabolism influences your health, and more specifically, how a lowered metabolism led to the development of your type 2 diabetes.